A student conducted a survey that aims to determine the proportion of non-Catholic students in grade 11 STEM 2. A sample of 46 was chosen, and data gathered show that 22% of the students are non-Catholic. Compute a 95% confidence interval for the proportion of non-Catholic students in grade 11 STEM 2. The first step is to determine the given, and these are n, which is equal to 46, c, which is equal to 0.95, and then we have p hat, which is equal to 0.22. The next step is to find alpha, which is 1 minus c. Since c is equal to 0.95, we have our alpha here, which is 0.05. The next step is to substitute. Since we already have the value for alpha, which is 0.05 over 2, this will result to z 0.025. Since this is the value of the area outside, we are going to find the value of the area inside. Then we have this formula, which is c over 2. Since c is equal to 0.95, this will be equal to 0.95 over 2, and then it will result to 0.4750. We're going to find the z-score of this area in the z-table.
Here is our z-table, and we will gonna be finding the area of 0.4750. So here, then our z-score now is 1.96.
Since we already have the values for each given, we are now going to substitute it in this equation. P is greater than p hat minus z alpha over 2 times the square root of p hat times the quantity of 1 minus p hat all over n, but is less than p hat plus z alpha over 2 times the square root of p hat times the quantity of 1 minus p hat all over n. So now we have, the next step is we're going to input all of these in the calculator, starting with this one and then this one. Now we got this as our final answer. Therefore, the proportion of non-Catholic students in grade 11 STEM 2 with 95% confidence interval is between 0.1003 and 0.3398. The next problem. A student researcher wants to determine the average number of customers entering and buying at the LSU canteen. The researcher estimated a number of customers visiting every 10 minutes. She randomly selects 10 minutes interval and counts the number of arrivals at the canteen. The figures 33, 46, 61, 78, 56, 52, 59, 40, and 39 were obtained and tallied. The student researcher assumes that the number of arrivals is normally distributed. Based on this data, compute a 95% confidence interval to have an estimation of the mean value for all 10 minutes interval. First step is to find the given. Here we have n, which is equal to 9, c, which is equal to 0.95. So here we have the mean, which is the summation of x sub I all over n, wherein the mean is equal to 51.5556. To solve the standard deviation, we have this formula, wherein the standard deviation is equal to 13.8303. Since our n is less than 30, we are going to use the t-distribution. Next, we are going to find the degree of freedom and will be derived using this formula, which is n minus 1. Since n is equal to 9, we have 9 minus 1, wherein 8 is the final answer. Next, we are going to solve for alpha, which will be derived using this formula, 1 minus c. Since the value for c is 0.95, this will be equal to 0.05. Next, we are going to find t alpha over 2, and since alpha is equal to 0.05, this will be the final answer, which is t 0.025.
Alpha is 0.025 and our df is equal to 8. Therefore, our t alpha is equal to 2.3060.
Since we have t 0.025 and the degree of freedom, which is 8, we are going to locate these values in the t table, which is 2.3060. Since we already have the given values, we are going to substitute each in this equation, wherein the mean is greater than the sample mean minus t alpha over 2 times the standard deviation over the square root of the sample size, but is less than the sample mean plus t alpha over 2 times the standard deviation over the square root of the sample size. After substituting everything, we now have the mean, which is greater than 51.5556 minus 2.3060 times 13.8303 over the square root of 9, but is less than 51.5556 plus 2.3060 times 13.8303 over the square root of 9. Next, we are going to input all of these values in the calculator, starting with this one and then this one. For the final answer, we have the mean, which is greater than 40.9247 but is less than 62.1865. This means that the customer entering and buying at the LSU canteen is between 40.9247 and 62.1865 with a confidence interval of 95%.